guys, world of YouTube, back again with another boring segment. Hopefully I put you all to sleep. You won't hear a goddamn thing. Weird Dreams Part 3. Now I did this already, but I had to erase it because I screwed something up. But I can say I mean, what I'm going to tell you, of course, is believe it or not, I know what happened, but due to the fact that, you know, these dreams that occurred, these next group of dreams that I had, I mean, they really have to do with a long period of time. And they do got to do with ghosts and the dead and the afterlife. I'm not psychic, but this stuff is really has gotten me to thinking, and the reason why I had to delete my last one is because, yeah, I didn't go over stuff that I completely forgot about. Almost, and it's just freakier than ever. It's just getting more freakier every time I find out more stuff. I guess I can say it started in the Weird Dreams Part 1. I talk about me in a kitchen on 52 East Main Street in air, and I'm looking out a window in the kitchen, pitch black, somebody screaming help, help, help. There is a pond that sets out back of that place, and obviously there must have been someone drowning. Now, whether or not someone ever drowned in that pond, I don't know. But I can tell you, in my dream, it was just like I said in the first part, it was just as freaky as all hell, and I woke up out of the voice getting louder in my head. You know, help, help, and it just got to the point where I woke up. But due to the fact that that dream occurred and I was young, and the stuff that happened after that, I don't think I took it much seriously, so it didn't occur as much as it did now. But I got the reason to believe in my thoughts and theories about the dead and beyond. Is that if you're constantly thinking of it, I think, whether it be you liking it or you in the full fear of it, I think you're gonna get a connection somewhere down the road. And it only goes to show in some places and some things that it has happened. You know, you got your exorcisms, you know, you got your ghost stories on TV. Whether or not they're real or not, I think they are, and people tell their stories. I mean, it's got to do with the simple fact that people constantly think of it, whether they're in fear of it or whether they like it as much as I do. I mean, I know I like it, but I mean, just like I said, the stuff that I've been coming up and thinking about, though, throughout the years, and these dreams I've had, now it's gotten fuller. Back in 2009, something I did a clean out of a dead man's house. Just after that, it started opening up all over the place. And to me, being in a 17-year drinking binge, not taking it seriously, I mean, what has happened after that dream and air, you know, I could say it led to more stuff of Death Side and beyond. I'd like to go over an incident that happened to me in 1984 in there. I lived across town from East Main to West Main Street, which was 71 West Main Street in Air, Mass. And personal friend of the family, real close friend. My brothers knew him, you know, when they were younger as teenagers throughout the late 70s, and I grown up to know him as my Uncle David. And wacky situation that happened. One night we were sitting there, summertime, talking about something we were going to do the next day. He says, you know what? We're going to go to the diner up the street. We're going to have some lunch. We're going to go to the park. Then we're going to have some fun. We're going to go, do some things. And to me, any kid, cool adult back then, like to me, as cool as shit could be. And that was the greatest thing that was going to happen to me the next day, But ended up not happening that way. I went to bed that night, and he told me if I go to bed early, I get up for school. I was skipping school a lot back then, but he said if you do this and stop being good, man, we're gonna do more hanging out. I come that night, I went to bed, thinking, yeah, great. Come to find out, David went to the diner that we were supposed to go to the next day, met up with a girl he was with at the time, and she told him, and this is the story I got the next day, but she told him that she had met another man and she wanted to break up with him, and I guess he couldn't handle that rejection. So, he come back my way to my house, and the house that sits next door to the house I lived in was set way back into the yard, but he used to live there, and his family, and the Wallace family of there, they used to live in that house and where they grew up, and I think throughout the yards that were connected, he felt comfortable coming back there and just roping himself up and pretty much hanging himself in the backyard. Now the freakiest part of this part is that night with the ambulance, the police, I think the fire trucks came, everybody that pretty much knew him was there that could make it, screaming, yelling. Uncle Bone, his oldest brother, cut him down, yelling at him, what are you? From what I know and what I heard the next day or whatever throughout the week, that he was yelling at him, what the hell's wrong with you? Of course everybody's losing their friggin' mind. The guy is hanging from the tree. And through that night, I don't know if my Uncle David covered me up or contacted me from the dead, but I didn't wake up not once. I didn't even have a dream. And I woke up the next morning saying, out of a black, dark sleep, I was like, well, I didn't even have a dream. And then I'm looking, he's telling me, we're going to go out, don't be late for school tomorrow. I'm late for school. I get up out of bed, I'm like, what the hell? I'm late. I get out to the kitchen, everybody's sitting there with their heads hung low. I didn't know nothing of what happened. Didn't even wake up like I said. I asked my mother what the hell's going on, why am I late for school, what's wrong, and my brother got up and flipped. Yo, shut up. Yo, he's screaming in my face, shut the fuck up. You get out of here. My mother's like, no, you get out of here, go walk it off. Get out of here, tell him to get out of the house, walk it off. I'm like, whoa, I ran in the other room. I'm like, I'm just freaking out, like, what the hell is going on? I don't know what's going on. And then it all came out. David came back home. Uncle David put a rope around his neck, hung himself. That moment, my knees got weak. Tears rolled in my eyes. I walked out the back door to the tree, and I sat there for the rest of the day just looking at it and wondering why, why. We all sat there, why this, why that, why. And it just went on in my head as but anyways, not to try and take up too much time, but that episode of my life, pretty much I mental blocked it out somehow. I did my crying, I did my goodbyes, and finally I ended up moving out of that place back with my father. It was just a weird, strange time. In between that time of being 11 to about 13, it all hit me at once. I tried hanging myself, and things just wasn't going right. You know, it just felt wrong, and all of a sudden, I don't know, something bursted out of me. I changed everything and went back to normal, as you can say. I got out of probably a depression. I don't call it depression, but probably what I was under. And after that, I was 13, 14, I started drinking like a fish. But between that 13 and about up to about when I was 28, 29, 17 years, I can't add right now, but I was in a heavy binge. But in between them years is when I started heavily getting into the Doors music. I knew about the Doors, I liked the Doors, but I got heavily into the Doors, heavily into the Doors about 92 when I started working as a janitor at Monty Tech, where I went to high school, and found the book No One Here Gets Out Alive. And after I read that book, man, I wanted to be like Jim Morrison. Yeah, I went back on a warpath of trying to kill myself, hanging out of third story windows like he did in the movie of what Val Kilmer did. Just did some other crazy stuff that I can't mention, but then it came to the point where I said in part 2 that I had a dream of meeting Jim Morrison riding his bike. Now this is why I say I think I'm not a psychic, but I've been in contact with the dead. And the reason why I ain't, didn't really take a look at it. I mean, I've messed with Ouija boards back in the early 90s. And I did have some freaky stuff happen out of that too. I mean, and Jim Morrison coming up to me, hey man, this, that, and then he comes down the stairs, like I said in the dream, and he's dead. I could just see that as a thing, as that being he's dead, just telling me I'm dead, man. Nothing I can do about it. But I had a dream of about a friend I knew. He died. I rented a house from him, and I had a dream of him, connected him with the dead. He come up, this happened like 2006, and he came up waving at me, hey, I'm alright. He's saying I'm alright, and don't feel sad about me. He's talking to me from a distance, and he's smiling, and he's happy, I went to go shake his hand, and touch him, woke up. It was like, oh wow, that was, whoa. And then back in the mid-90s, I was with this girl and her boyfriend, and they were planning on getting married. I told them it wasn't a good idea. What happens next? I told them something happened where it said it's a bad omen. And it's no sooner than I said that, this big, huge friggin' bang came at the bottom of my feet. And I was like, whoa, yeah. We all sat there all freaked the hell out, trying to figure out what the hell that was, and someone in the basement. So we ran down the basement, and I had a bat and everything, flashlight, bat. I'm gonna go swing at somebody, but there was nobody there. No windows were open, no windows were broken, no one broke in. I talked about a bad omen. Come to find out, excuse me, the her aunt was still alive. They don't own the house, but her uncle passed away in the house. The uncle's mother passed away in that house, and this guy that the girl was with was just total complete a-hole. And yeah, they probably knew it and seen what was going on. There's a lot of arguments and fighting going on in there, hitting. And as soon as I said that, they put their 2 cents in too, I think. And that's what it came down to. And they believe it, I believe it. But, stuff like that's happened. But like I said, the only reason why I ain't never drawn on it or looked at it as, wow, I did this and I did that, is because I was back then an alcoholic. And I think, yeah, I just wasn't, thinking, oh, whatever, just let it blow off my shoulder like there was nothing going on. Because it wasn't up until 2009, like I said, that something freaky really happened. And I got a job for a clean out of a dead man. Just died in his house 4 days before I took this job, or maybe a week. And the guy was still in there. I know he was still in there because I heard walking, banging. And he was a disturbed person because his wife left him. I found out. I went through all this stuff that, you know, just to figure out who he is, what he was. And come to find out, his wife left him, took his kid, and couldn't see his kid. They still lived out in Cape Cod and all this crazy crap. And that guy was a full-blown alcoholic, drinking good old, what the hell was it? He was shit, drinking some hard tequila like what the Jose Cuervo. Now this guy had 30 big bottles, about a 50 to almost 100 nips in the cabinets, and the couch fell in. The bottles were all over, they were all full. And 2 days before he died, he went and bought more booze, and it just blew up his insides, and he puking up blood all over the house. The sheets were saturated, the blood was on the walls. He took a shower. I found out he was all this, that, crawling around. And after that moment, I mean, after that clean out was done, it was like I opened up some door. Because I'll tell you, not just then, but even when I was a kid, there's been things that I've seen, shadows and things, but opening up the new door to what it was, and me more into it, and me, I was done drinking at this point now. I didn't drink like I used to. I was more focused. And I could say honestly that I think I opened up something, because in 2010, of course, a few months later, I had this dream. We're in the middle of a move. We just went into the place and we got kicked out. It was some crazy bullshit, but 2010, it goes to figure, when the door to evil and hell to me, of course, is when 3 a.m. rolls around. You see it all over the movies. You see it in the true stuff. It's there. I think at 3 a.m. is an opening to the door and the gateway of hell. And I'm in a dream at 3 a.m., probably 3:15 or 3:30 or whatever the hell it was. I'm dreaming about I'm buying a haunted house. I want to buy this haunted house, but guess what? My credit's bad. I can't buy the friggin' thing. I'm pissed. But I don't show it. So I shake the realtor's hand, some lady, I don't know who the hell she was, and I said, we're leaving out the damn front door. This black, mangled friggin' cat. I'm gonna get bubbles and zits and shit all over its face. Meow, meow. I'm like, wow, I'll pet it. No sooner than I start petting this cat, I was woken from a huge bang. Alright, I mean, it was boom. First thing out of my mouth, Zach, what the hell are you doing? That's my second oldest son. He was always after my printer for my computer. The printer had fell, but this printer was put up because we were in the middle of getting ready to move, so I had to pack it all up, get it going, you know, and it was just up where he could not get it. It was up where it would not fall, but it did. Somehow I managed it did. And I think somehow I really opened up some goddamn door, because after that, oh man, we moved out. We goes to a motel. And in this motel, I have another dream. There's a dead girl, and she's getting brutally beat, kicked around in my dream. I'm going after the foot or the hand that's swinging, you know, trying to save her, whatever. And all of a sudden, when I get charging to do what I gotta do, she's dead and she's floating, head back, arms out, and floating towards me. And I was like, whoa, you're dead, what the hell? I'm like, what the? So I didn't save her, and it's freaking me out, and of course I wake up. And I'm in this freaking motel, and I finally landed a job that would get me out of here, and I got some money and a clean out. And I went and brought some old pictures home from the family members. You know, they're all dead. They ain't no family members in these pictures that were still alive. They're from the, you know, from the 50s to the 30s. And this motel room we're in were pretty big. And we got a big bathroom, got a big one of little dinette kitchens and big room, 2-bedroom. It was pretty big. Came with 3 doors you can exit out of. One was near the bed that wasn't even able to get out, but you could still use it. But so I'm sitting in the bathroom. It's about midnight, 12:30, and I'm going through all this stuff because the person at the time that gave me the job of the cleaner said they don't want nothing of it, so get rid of it. What you gotta do? And I'm thinking sell it. But as I'm going through this, I hear a knock on the door. Now back in this motel, we were having problems with the owners. There were people that were just straight up a-holes. And they're always bugging us, trying to sneak up on us because we had a dog, and if we didn't pay $10 a day for the dog, I mean, we get charged, we get kicked out. We either pay or get kicked out, right? So I'm sitting there here knocking on the door, so I'm thinking it's them. They want to hear the dog bark, but the dog wasn't there that night. So I goes to the door. No one there. Like, what the fuck? So I goes outside, I'm looking around, maybe someone's pranking me, some teenage kid, the motel sits in over by a gas station at some little busy intersection, but I pretty much went around the whole building, there was nothing there. Okay, so I'm a little freaked. Put the pictures away, go to bed now. It was about a week later. Now this time it's just me and my wife and the newborn baby we just had. And, had him on the bed, he's sleeping. Stopped in to make a bite to eat. Once again, knock on the door. Same exact knock I heard that night. Go to the door it's knocking on. It's coming from the bathroom this time. Not the front door of the bathroom. So I run over there, open the door, there's no one there. Son of a bitch. I go out the door, I'm running down the stairs. Now there's 2 doors at the entrance. I go out the one that's wide open. The other one, the door was still closed. So I wasn't gonna go out that way. So I go up the stairs and run around the fuck around the building. There's no one there. The people ain't even there. They're down in their office. I'm like, okay. I was pranking me. What the fuck is going on? I'm thinking ghost? Yeah, ghost. I am. I'm starting to think, was this fucking ghost? I get this ghost over here. I get this. Now there's a third night. It's 7 o'clock at night. Now this time we got all the kids. Me and my wife have been talking about this, and it's like 2 or 3, no, maybe 2 weeks later, and we've been talking about it. The kids are listening to it. All of a sudden, we all walked in the room. The kids start jumping on the bed like they do, and laughing, fooling around. All of a sudden I hear another knock. This time it's coming from the door where the beds are, and you can't open it. So I run to the bathroom door. I rip that damn door open. I'm looking back and forth. I ran to the other door now. Now as soon as I put my hand on this friggin' door, I can't even pull it open. I'm thinking, what the as soon as I got the door open, it was wedged shut. It's like rusted shut because nobody uses the stupid thing. I'm like, you son of a bitch, slam the friggin' door. I run back out the other door, run down the stairs, do my run around the building. I said, fuck this, I'm going upstairs, I'm going to knock on the doors. I don't care who's in there. I went on all the doors and banging on. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. There's like there's probably 3 rooms, 2 doors each, up in the area we were. And it's like nobody's in these rooms. You son of a bitch. Now after this happens, I go back in the room. The kids are the kids are not, yeah, they're raising hell. The kids are there with their eyes raised, wide open, like, what the hell just happened? Was there anybody there? And I was like, ooh, ghosts are coming here again. So I'm making a joke of it. 2 nights later, my second oldest son, Zach, the baby now I got 4 kids, the newborn, the 2-year-old, Zachariah, and they were 8, 9, 8, 10 at the time, and here they are. Zach goes to take a shower. I said, I gotta shut this door. Baby ain't come. Baby hasn't been going in there. When everybody's in there taking a bath or a shower, he's slipping on the floor, he's banging his head. Was I gotta shut the doors? I can't have the door. No, you're not shutting this door. I slam the door shut. He gets in the shower. I come out, slam the door shut. He runs the hell back out, bare ass naked, scared as shit, crying, "Don't shut this door." He was freaked the fuck out, freaked. He didn't want to go to bed. He didn't want nothing to do with it. And, now this time, it is about a week after this happened, it stopped because, like I said, I get this job, I got money, I was able to find an apartment and get out. But it don't stop. And this kid's freaked out, and, everything's happened. We're gone. We moved it back to a place that I used to live in. My parents still live there. It's a place I've known well. Lived there since 1985 after all the episodes in there and everything. But it gets up on the 3rd floor. There's nobody living on the 2nd floor. I'm on the 3rd floor. Now this is even just as freaky as the goddamn motel. When I'm sitting there one night, the newborn baby's getting up. I gotta get up with him in the middle of the night. I gotta rock him back to sleep. Or bounce him on my knee or whatever the hell I was doing at the time. But once again, about 3:45. And this remember, there's nobody on the 2nd floor. Nobody lives on the 2nd floor. It's empty, getting refurnished. The guy had to, do the hardwood floors over. There's nobody living in it. Sitting there rocking, the baby's already going back to sleep. All of a sudden I hear the door to the front hallway go bang and footsteps. Doop, 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 coming upstairs. I'm thinking it's one of my drunken buddies from before. He came up about a week before that. I'm thinking it's him. The footsteps stop. I don't hear him. No one knocking on the door. And I'm thinking someone's going to come up and bang on the door, because the way they were stomping coming up that doorway, I was like, okay. And it happened a few more times after that. I hear these freaking footsteps. All up until about 4 or 5 times it freaking happened, all until someone finally moved in. So I keep saying it, mentions friggin' ghosts are following me or something, it's just fucking out of your mind. Something out of a goddamn movie. And then it comes up to the point that I go to the bathroom. I'm about to read a bunch of newspapers I got, because the pug we got likes to go to the bathroom on newspapers. He's trained. But I open up this one article, and Jesus H. Christ, does it just bring chills up my spine. My hands are up on my neck, and I'm feeling like I'm just looked at a goddamn real ghost is right. A kid back in 1981, and it's actually the documentary I'm doing, comes up out of nowhere, out of this newspaper, and it gets even freakier. And like I said in the story, that I don't know if I mentioned it, but when this newspaper article came up, I was reading about the Naples Street Woods. Yeah, don't come up in the newspapers. Naples Street Woods. I think I got contact with the dead, and this kid is one of them. And I did have a dream before this one of another girl, or in between all this, that she's dead, and I find her behind a dumpster, and it's like, what the hell are these dreams trying to tell me? Then I had a dream about this kid that I found him in the woods, because now I'm into this kid. I might have met him. I've said it in the thing, in my documentary I'm doing, that I think I know him. I know him. I do know him. But I don't know him personally. And no sooner did that come up, I got to thinking not too long ago, and this is even more freakier, that the motel that I was in 2010, if you know anything about Leominster, Mass, I must explain. Here sits the motel. Now over here, off to your right, if you're looking at the motel, you will drive, it brings you to the center of town, and it's Route 12. And if you go to the left at the intersection coming from the highway or whatnot, and you go anyways, if you go like this and the streets go around the motel in the set of woods, right around the Motel 6 here. And if you go around the things like this and go onto this Union Street, in this rounded area, these sets of woods that I'm trying to make note of, that is where I believe that Taj Narbonne's body is buried. And I'm gonna got to wonder if maybe, as freaky as it sounds, believe it or not, if that was himself knocking on them doors looking for me to help him. I don't know. Because once I got that article, when I moved up in the 3rd floor, I mean, it was like a rush of memory came back in my head. Because I remember back in 1982 when I found his face on the milk carton, alright? Now, things didn't work out at this apartment. And we ended up getting booted again. And we ended up in another motel. Now, at this motel, we had a death over us. Some guy died. OD, druggy, and there's been many of deaths on the side that we were living in. The whole side's, drugstore. Walking, you get something in there, you need a drug dealer, bang, go to that side of the building. But if they OD themselves and die, that's what happened. It's this goddamn playing freak out freaky. But to continue my stories of ghosts and encounters with the dead or beyond, or whatever the frig it is that has opened up in my mind since 2009, but I can't even say that either, but before I could even explain it. I'm at this motel. It's in Leominster again, but it ain't the same one I was at. I'm coming from the ice room. The ice room, the concession, friggin', the candy machine, soda machines, laundry room. It's all in one. And I'm looking at the door to walk through the hallway that leads to my room. Now, as I'm looking at this door, I see this huge black shadow start from the floor up the wall, and then it moves forward. It covered the wall for a moment, then it moved forward and it disappeared. Now, this is not a shadow of a person. I don't know what the frig made it happen. But all I know is I looked up to see if someone would come out. I waited. I ran through the door, ran through the hallway. This thing just literally freaked me out. I'm looking through the other way, the other door of the hallway, back and forth. And then I'm looking up the stairs of the overhead of the hall of the the walkway of the rooms, and I'm no one there. No one's around. I'm running around the freaking building again. Here I am running around another fucking motel looking for fucking ghosts. They're following me. I think I gotta, I don't know, man. You can believe it or not, but I know it was insane. I can't say 2009, but it was since I was a kid, man. I think I've opened up shit, and I'm not even a psychic, like I said. I don't know where it comes from. It's been freaking me out. And now that I'm really sober, and I've been sober for like a good 7-8 years, I mean, I've fallen off the wagon, had a few drinks here and there. Did a few Halloween gigs with a mask and setup, but I ain't been drinking heavy like I used to. And I used to have a gallon of rum, and opening up my new world to sobriety, boy. I don't know if it's just that I'm sober or that I'm just connecting with something. And there's another thing that happened that just went through with my wife. And we watched a movie about a girl that got killed. Go figure. Like 2 months or 3 months, December 6, 1973. Year I was born. I was born September 25th, but she was, when she first saw the movie and started watching it, she's talking about something about the movie being named If I Was Alive or something, and come to find out it's the movie's name is actually The Lovely Bones. We just had a discussion not about 5-10 minutes ago before my wife went to bed that she didn't see that Lovely Bones for the and she's now all freaked out. I'm all freaked out that they changed the name of the movie. She said they had to change it. It wasn't The Lovely Bones. I would have remembered that. It's like, I'm having these friggin' encounters of something freaky, just like with me in the Naples Street Woods in my documentary, that it was not there. What the fuck, man? I just don't get it. I don't know, something's gonna blow in my mind, or something's going around me, freaking me out. But I know one thing, that these dreams that I've encountered, whether it be from the past, of like I said, in the dead, and someone drowning in my backyard, till now. And that happened back in 1981. That was about the time that, Taj Narbonne was killed. And I left my house about 81, summer, 82. And someone literally moved in, and it was just a crazy time. And it gets freakier and freakier every day, because the more I think about the past and see things from the past that comes from the future, man, I'll tell you, it's and the way my mind's been playing, I don't know if it's been playing tricks. I don't know if I'm under a great deal of stress, because I don't really normally stress out. But it's happening. And I'll tell you right now, these weird dreams that I've encountered with the dead girls, I don't know what the hell is, they're calling out for help or something. Or, I even had, like I said, a dream about Taj Narbonne there, that I found him in the set of woods, and he's sitting there looking at me like, where the hell am I? And giving me this weird, freaky look of, his eyes wide open. It's just, hey, I found you. But he's like, yeah, right. It's like, whoa, what the? And then the haunted house dream. Then I had another dream of a haunted house too. And and it just freaked me out so bad. I woke up out of that shit, and I'm like, well, fuck this shit. I don't want to dream that no more. But I'm walking on this porch, or by a porch, and I see a window, and then I get to the door, and in the door the light's on, and it's just the way the friggin' house looked. Yeah, it was nice and creepy. I mean, I loved it. And it just, I wanted to get out of the dream. Not only because it freaked me out, but because of the fact, I can't have this. The hell I want to dream about it for? I want to live in it. I want myself a haunted house. I'll take myself a haunted house any day and live in it, but I don't know, man. Sure, just, I don't know what I opened up. All I can say is that must have been, something must have happened when I was a kid, or something's been following me ever since I was a kid, or just something is there and I don't know it. I don't understand it. I don't know how to communicate with it, but I'll keep you updated on any more weird dreams. I'm trying to get my documentary finished on Taj Narbonne, and that's another thing, man. That finding that article and these dreams with it, I mean, it didn't even happen, and it all comes out into one. Is what really freaks me out. I started off in 2009, cleaning out a dead guy's house, to finding this kid that I've known, I met somewhere in time, and in between all this ruckus and wow, just, I don't know. I hope you enjoy this. I mean, this is what my mind does. This is why I need to become a writer, and this is why I need to pretty much get my stuff out on the table. And Hollywood writers these days are coming out with some lame ass stuff, man. But hey, it's time for me to go. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy everything I do. But this is me. This is real stuff, believe it or not. I'll see you on the next segment. Hopefully it's my documentary I'm finishing. I've been going through some rough times. I've been a lot of truck breaking down problems, Can't get around and do nothing, but hey, y'all take care. I'll see you on the next one. Salute.